Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey, welcome back. It's Monday. What's up? It's 4:20. No, I didn't smoke. But I know a lot of people are today because it's April 20th, 4:20. All right. Well, on that note, last night on Facebook, I saw a lot of don't remember. Okay, that's funny because you stoneheads. So don't forget to leave out something good for Willie Nelson. Like tonight's the eve of 4:20. Don't forget to leave out something special for Snoop Dogg. For Snoopy Claus. All right, so anyways, I guess we're starting off with pot jokes. No, I didn't smoke. Good Lord, I need to get some stuff done today. I can't sit around being dazed and phased and however else you want to call it. Like, I know some people can be high and productive in their life, and I say good for you, but are you sure? Are you sure you're really getting as much stuff done as you could? All right, so new week, new herb, maybe even a new perspective, new vibes. I do feel pretty chill because I had a very busy night in my dreams. I could tell I was very active, not sure what the hell I was doing, but it was like I was so busy in my dream world that like I woke up and then I was like, okay, and now I need to rest from that. So like you like let yourself doze back into sleep because you're like, okay, well now I need to recover from my dreams. So we're talking about dreams this week. That's actually what we're going to manifest more of this Wednesday. And the herb of the week is California poppy. Yeah, I know, California poppy. I'm excited. And then like I'm future excited. I'm anticipating even more excitement doing a nerdy podcast for California poppy for Herbal Marie because this is I grew this last year. I grew California poppy for the first time in my garden last year, and they are sweet and little and delicate, and they're not as quite as robust looking as the oriental poppies, the red poppies that you maybe used to be seeing. So we have 3 cards for the California poppy, and I did at one point have another poppy card out, but then I realized it was the red poppy, that it just had a whole different vibe. And yeah, they're both poppies, but they're different. So today we're going to talk about the California poppy, and she's going to hang out with us all this week. We have 3 seriously sweet cards. You're going to love them. And I'm so glad we only have 3 cards. And I looked up and I saw 303. Because I don't think I could do much more today. Like I have a big Monday ahead of me because I have been letting things accumulate that need done. So I have like 3 other podcasts to record today. Yesterday I was supposed to have a big recording day, but surprise, instead we did an extra bonus episode for Ho. What did you think? Did you like hanging out with an archangel? That's what we did yesterday. That was a special thing, I guess I'm supposed to do. I want to do. And it was good. I liked it. I love Archangel Raphael, and I love healing vibes, and I love putting that out into the world. So that's that. Because I really need to focus my energies on putting more of that out in the world and not letting my ego ask for attention. So I did yesterday, I did have like a really needy day, and I totally went looking for attention, and I didn't get it. Isn't that shit? Whenever like you like literally ask someone specific for attention, and then you're like, and then he blows you off, and you're like, oh, okay. okay. All right. Gotcha. But anyways, it's good to know where my ego is at. And yesterday I was feeling like this weird energy yesterday. And then I noticed a lot of people were too. A lot of people were like, "Oh my God, like for no reason I'm anxious. For no reason I feel suicidal today. Man, I'm having a rough day. Like this is crazy, bringing up some shit, And I even like felt some shit too of my own being brought to the surface. And then what's interesting is somebody posted last night on a group page for the Great Awakening is occurring. Did you see the Schumann resonance? Did you see the Schumann resonance today? Apparently it was off the freaking charts. So it's kind of like, oh, good. That's why I was crazy. Like, oh, okay. Oh, okay, good. But I also am going to take responsibility for the part that my ego definitely played in it, being a little needy bitch. So anyways, the Schumann resonance, I guess that's what it's called, the Schumann resonance. That's like the Earth's vibration, or the electromagnetic whatchamacallit, that they like they're registering, they're keeping track of, like, it's like, it just looks like a graph with a bunch of squiggle lines, and sometimes it really goes up high. I really would like to find somebody whose hobby is analyzing the Schumann resonance, so that they can interpret it for me. Because I go and I look at the graphs and I'm like, okay, great, good for you. Good for you. But yeah, I don't really get it at all. But I get it because I can feel it in my body. Or like I'll have a day and then it'll line up. It's kind of like the moon too. Like when you're like, oh my God, I'm psychotic. And then you're like, oh, I didn't know it was a full moon, but yeah, that makes sense. Or a new moon. So anyways, that was yesterday evening. And, I'm really actually thankful that my ego prompted me to be so desperate for a moment, just a moment. All it took was a moment, for me to really be like, okay, enough already. Or, okay, like, I think we're good now for a while. Like, can we just stop? And then, like, I had to realize that it was like, well, you know what? Of course this man did not reciprocate the attention. Do you know why? Because he's not even anybody that you really want. So you're just seriously being an egomaniac looking for a compliment. So knock it off. But I really was. I wanted attention last night. I really did. So once I did that, put myself out there, only to be like, oh God, you embarrassed me, girl. Like one of those moments you're like, oh, wish you wouldn't have done that. But anyways, that's kind of what I needed, because like sometimes you have to push yourself to a place of being like, and I'm glad I now know that's not what I want to be doing. I'm glad I now know that's not how I want to behave, and then even thankful, like, well, I'm glad you only sent that selfie to him and not like pasted it everywhere on the internet. All right. This is like, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Sometimes when I first come in here, I feel like in order for me to be honest and transparent and bring through really sincere messages, I have to confess. Like, sometimes I feel the absolute need to tell you how I fucked up and embarrassed myself. Do you know what I mean? And then get that off my chest, get that out of the way, and then like I can continue being authentic, because I am authentic. Do you know? So anyways, that's why like sometimes I have to just tell you like embarrassing things that I did, or at least, address them even generally. So anyways, it does suck whenever you send someone a special picture of yourself and you don't even get a compliment back. Oh my God. Like, who are these fucks? Ugh. Anyways, I hate men today. I actually hate men today. I saw 9/11. Yeah, I don't even want any men attention now. So that's what I'm saying. That was actually really, really good for me to do that. So now I can pay attention to my projects. So anyways, that's all I wanted. Forgive me, Father, I have sinned. How many motherfucking Rosemarys do I have to say now? Okay, are you ready to get to California Poppy? Because I am. So the first card, we're gonna do this card, and then this little card, and then this big card. Okay, so the first card that we're gonna do is the Iha of Fire from the Herb Crafter's Tarot. And we have definitely gotten this card before. It's a little girl with like the costume jewelry, and she's got her hands around that amber looking ball. That amber ball. Like, she's got both her hands around it. I'm like, how did your mummy afford you that big amber ball? I want one. But she's got California Poppy all over, maybe like her picnic blanket. She's in the grass. She's got piles of California Poppy. Like, they must have a ton, because she's got some in the bowl. She's making a little bit of medicine. She's got her mortar and pestle. She's got her little cauldron, little play cauldron, and she's got her little stuffed animal, tiger. It's a really cute scene, and we've had it before. So if you've been hanging out, you've seen this picture before. If not, I will put a picture of it on the Instagram, Herb Oracle, and I'm trying to remember to at least put it over on Facebook now and again. But you know what? If you have Facebook, you might as well download Instagram, because Facebook owns Instagram. So there you have it. So come on over and support the corruption. All right, so that's our first card. Then we'll move into the Illustrated Herbiary. And on the second little card that I have, the California Poppies are being held by an owl. And the message is resurrection. So we're going to have the Iha of Fire. Then we're going to go into resurrection, which actually seems really cool to me, you know, because it's like sometimes, yeah, it's that fire energy, like just burn this old energy to the ground so I can reemerge, resurrect, and come into something new. And then that's what our final card is, fairies. So I feel like that's the energetic flow I want to take today, right? After I resurrect, I want to have some fun with the fairies. So our third card is, there's the fairy queen, and she's in a mushroom circle, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5. I think 5 little young fairies around her, and she's standing on a California poppy, and she's got 3 California poppies behind her too. So, and then the owl is holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 California poppies. So there's 5 California poppies in the owl's hand, and then there's 5 little fairy children. So that's interesting. 5, the number of change, right? So energies need to change. Maybe California Poppy can give us an opportunity for us to maybe change our vibrations, our point of attractions, our perspective, just how we vibe in, how we dream in. What are you dreaming about? Are you having good dreams? Are you having bad dreams? So anyways, we're going to hang out with California Poppy today. I think that's fun, and I'm glad we just have 3 cards. And then tomorrow we'll do some tarot. On Tuesday, Wednesday we'll manifest more dreams. Thursday we hang out with our tree guides. Every time I use voice to text, it just says tree guys. So I probably should have just gone with tree guys, you guys. But they're guides. The trees love to guide us. So I'm always looking forward to Thursdays. And then, yeah, Friday we'll do something fun. Let's do, I don't know. I was going to say let's do our affirmations for California Poppy, but they're not ready yet. Hey, even if you don't smoke today, you might just end up acting like a stoner because it is 420, man. What's up? Oh, wait, now there was something else I needed to apologize for. Before we get started with California Poppy, I have to make a public apology to Violet because last week I left out a Violet card, and it was from this deck, this book, the Illustrated Herbiary. Yeah, so when I was getting out the California Poppy card last night, sure enough, there's a sweet Violet card in this deck, and I thought, are you fucking kidding me? Like, because you know how I am. Like, it kills me to not do things perfectly. I mean, as good as I can, right? So I really try to, like, make, the messages complete. So anyways, yeah, I screwed up. You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. I forgot Sweet Violet last week. So in this book, I just want to honor Violet because I'll be recording her podcast today for Herbal Marie. Once I finally figure out the intro, it's completely done. I just don't have an intro for her yet, completely. So I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what it's about, because if you hung out with me last week, you'll appreciate it. If not, skip 10 minutes forward to California Poppy. But last week we did do Sweet Violet, and she sings of sun and springtime, carpeting meadows and lawns with lush purple petals. And she does, man. If you have a yard full of violets, there is a point when you look out of that grass and there is a lavender hue across the, like, it's awesome. But this glorious show is mere flirtation. Her true abundance comes in autumn, when quietly and with little fanfare she shares her seed with the earth, setting the stage for next spring's performance. Aw, see, so I totally forgot this beautiful card with all these little butterflies around it. And here's a great message, though, for me. Violet has no trouble separating public from private. She knows both have their place and season. She's the gossip column socialite who quietly works in a soup kitchen on Wednesdays, knowing life's most important work isn't always done in the public eye. So yeah, I didn't do this last week, did it? Did we? Because there was a ritual to honor your inner sanctum and a reflection called Unwrapping Your Truth. So I don't think so. Maybe I did, and maybe it's just 420 and I'm like dumb AF. But she wanted also, to share a message last week. Each of us has a sacred heart that needs nurturing and protection. And for us to really make sure that we are honoring the truths being born in us, and we can honor it with our words and our breath and our song, and make a promise to hold space within to grow your truest self. So I just wanted to, if I did indeed skip this card, Violet, I'm so sorry. And that is such a good message that I still need to hear right now. Maybe now is better than even a week ago, because I really am now understanding how sacred that space is within me. And it's like, just take care of yourself this year, girl. Just nurture yourself. Just unwrap your truth. Heal yourself. Do your work. But discover what's inside of you. Be your true, authentic self by fully expressing each thought and feeling out in the world and sharing, everything she says. However, also make sure that you have that inner, quiet, dark space, right? So it's like, yes, I can come out here and I can play and talk and yada, yada, yada. But, I also need to make sure that I am honoring my inner sanctum and, cherishing what's in my heart that's mine and mine alone. And you are cherishing what's deep inside of you that's yours and yours alone. And these things we should only share with people closest to us. And if nobody is honorable enough to get in that inner circle yet, then just hold that space for yourself. Just hold that space for yourself. So Violet also said with this card, it's okay to wear a mask as long as you know what's behind it. So one, that's hilarious because everybody's sewing masks and wearing them for the COVID 19 thing that's going on. But you know, in our life, it's like, you know, do you ever listen to an Herbal Marie podcast? That if you've been hanging out with me here, you know that she's a character, Herbal Marie. It's half me, it's half her. Like, do you know what I mean? So, but it's not the real me, probably. The real me doesn't even talk, you know? So, like, I have lots of different personalities that I share with the world, lots of different masks that I put on the regular. And it's okay for me to do that as long as I know who is truly behind it, truly behind the mask. So I totally give myself permission to play and be silly and sometimes be sassy and sometimes be a fucking bitch because I know who's really behind it. Do you know what I mean? And I know who I really am. And yeah, I keep honoring that. So anyways, Violet, sorry I left that out last week. I know you already are cool with it, but still, I couldn't believe it. And then, anyways, that brings us up to California Poppy. And we're going to start off with, not this book, we're going to start off with the Herb Crafter's Tarot. Okay, a little rusty today. You feeling me? I'm like, doo-doo-doo. The sun's shining anyways. It's gorgeous. It's going to be a beautiful day. I took the dogs outside. There is about 40 degrees. But beautiful, you know what I mean? And all our lawns, us and the neighbors, like everyone's mowed. So it looks pretty good. Like all of a sudden we're like, oh my God, it's a jungle out there. So my son did the mowing, thank goodness. I'm so happy that he does that. Okay. No, I mean, I do like to mow, but it's like we have almost an acre that needs push mowed. And that's a lot. It's a good workout though. All right. So are we ready for California Poppy? Iha of Fire. Now the Ihas are the daughters. Okay. And all the daughters in this tarot deck are all about play and wonder and innocence. Okay, so all the flowers for the Ihas or the herbs are gentle medicine. So right away we know California Poppy is for everyone. It's gentle, okay, because it's an Iha. The daughters can make it. So California Poppy. We're just going to jump. I'm not even going to try the Latin name, but although maybe I should try to start practicing. Escalzosa californica. Escalzosa californica. Okay, so I'm going to have to practice the Latin name. But this card comes with these 3 messages for us right away when we're talking about California Poppy in an oracular way. Create with the enthusiasm of a beginner. Boisterous play, then sweet sleep. Light up the landscape with golden joy. So if that sounds familiar, it's because I bet you we've pulled this card at least 3 times. I bet you I know 2 for certain, but probably 3. If we went back and checked ourselves, we've seen this card a lot. So yeah, when we look at the card, we see magical objects that are lying on a bright yellow table. We see the stuffed tiger. We see a glitter wand. Okay, yeah, we do. It's in front of the tiger. It's purple glitter. A small little cauldron and a mortar and pestle. So she's also got these pictures of poppy plants that are scattered around like oracle cards. Real flowers frame the edge of the table. A child wraps her dirt-stained fingers, adorned with flashy jewels, around an amber gazing ball. So this is the Iha of Fire, and she jumps at the chance to be creative. She cannot wait to begin a new project. She approaches everything with the playfulness of a child. Knowing the strong elixir of California Poppy creates magic, She takes small but confident steps towards independence. She may have watched an elder many times, but now she makes medicine for herself. Just as California poppy flowers light up dry, wild desert meadows with their brilliant color, she stays open to the light, sways with the wind, and radiates delight. So, Iha of Fire is setting the tone for us to have a playful week, okay? To start to feel that childlike enthusiasm, to get excited to do something new, to start a new project, right? Or just do the same old stuff, but with new, fresh eyes, right? So go at your mundane Monday activities, but like you're doing them like a child would, you know? It's like whenever like an adult's like, I gotta mop the floor. And then like some kids come around, they're like, oh my God, can I mop the floor? Right? So like try to go at life a little bit more like that. Yeah, that's the energy that California Poppy is bringing in. Play hard, then take a nap, right? Boisterous play, then have yourself some sweet sleep, a little rest. And wherever you're at, light up the landscape with golden joy. Be happy, radiate delight. Enjoy yourself, smile, laugh, laugh, laugh. Or if you're just online, LOL, LOL, LOL. So I guess there's a way that you can craft fairy dolls from poppy flowers. I guess like tying the stems together. That would be interesting if you had a ton of them. You could look up that, craft something to inspire enthusiasm. If you also have some California poppies and you want to craft with the Iha of Fire, you can spend time gathering California poppy in a wild meadow and craft a relaxing elixir. So I need to research California poppy a little bit more. Like I said, I grew it only for the first time here last summer. And my tincture turned out really bitter or something. And so, but that was me. I used the whole plant. And so maybe next time I will only use the flowering tops, because I was like, dang, it works. Oh, it works. It helps you sleep. But like, it don't taste good. Ooh. Of course, neither does Motherwort, and I love her. So I'm not knocking California poppy at all, but I'm just saying I need to look into it. I'm gonna have to research that a little bit better. But I've got enough to last me forever and ever, and I don't know if it'll come back this year. Like I don't know if the seeds over winter, if it'll be self-sowing. I know the red poppies do around here, but I'm not sure about California poppy. So another thing that you and I have laughed about before is the third suggestion from California poppy. Do a little guerrilla gardening with California poppy seeds. Sprinkle joy wherever you go. So yeah, if you could get on like, a website and buy them in bulk, just some cheap California poppy seeds and literally sprinkle them everywhere. That would be awesome. And that would be fun. And that really would spark that enthusiasm, that childlike enthusiasm, maybe a little devilish, but like that would get us giggling and laughing and playful, because we want to kind of try to do it a little secretly, and sprinkle joy wherever you go. All right, now we get to move on to the illustrated herbiary with our owl. And he has a message of resurrection. Yeah, California poppy seems really chill to me. There's that Latin name again. Esclosia californica. Sometimes the day needs to disappear so you can sink into the lush blackness of night. Sometimes your eyes, whether open or shut, need the inky darkness of forgetting. Golden poppy lives in both sun and shadow. She opens her petals in daylight and closes them when night comes, giving in easily, knowing resurrection will come with the dawn. It's okay to sleep without dreaming, Poppy soothed, to fall deep and far. Have no fear. Day will come and you'll once again stretch and unfurl. So yeah, California Poppy just surrenders to the night, to the darkness, to going within. And that's interesting. So yeah, we have this owl holding 5 California poppies. There's a crescent moon sort of like wrapping around the left side of the owl's face as part of the, and there's a starry sky. He's just sitting on this branch in the night. So we have a ritual and a reflection here in this book. The ritual is true dark, and reflection is meeting your nighttime self. So California Poppy says, when was the last time you let yourself go? Released your day walking personality and slipped fully into night. Forgot the rules of being yourself. So Poppy's saying, we no longer know true dark. Lights and electronics glow through the night and the stars are obscured. Yeah, street lamps. Ugh. But then without them, it seems almost too dark because we're used to them. Anyways, still, with a little effort, we can get a good approximation of darkness. So here's the ritual. Choose a night to go dark. Turn off all the lights and all electronics. If you have street lights near your windows, draw the curtains. Maybe, like, I have some curtains that need, like, 2 curtains. Like, if you don't have the light blocking curtains, like, really, make sure you're not getting any light coming in. Don't use flashlights or electric lamps. Instead, light a candle or use a battery-operated tea light. So really, like, let your body get darkness. Let your body get a break from all the electronics and things. So it says, your circadian rhythms. Exposed to light at night suppresses your body's production of melatonin, the hormone secreted by your pineal gland to regulate your circadian rhythms. Is that how you say that? Anyways, yeah, we need darkness. Darkness. We need ya. We need some darkness. So anyways, the reflection is then meeting your nighttime self. As you let go of artificial light and step into true dark, observe yourself. So give yourself this dark, dark room. Do your thoughts change when you're in true dark? And even just when you only have candlelight in that room, it really is something completely different than a lamp. Like, duh. But no, it really is. It really is. So do your thoughts change when you're in true dark? Are your movements different? Do you find yourself wanting to be more truthful or less truthful? Do you find yourself wanting to be more sensual or less? What is the rhythm of your conversations when the light is low? Are you wanting sleep earlier than usual? So if, like, that's some, I don't know, man. I need to try this because I just cannot sleep. And then, of course, sometimes I don't expect myself to sleep because I don't need it. But that's something to ask. These are questions to reflect on, or at least observe, right? Just reflect, observe. Find it curious, right? Come at it with the enthusiasm of a beginner, okay? And, like, just observe yourself, your nighttime self. So this is your nighttime self, a self you may have rarely met. Breathe into her and see how she complements the daytime self you know so well. So that's an interesting concept that California Poppy is going to bring into our awareness this week for us. knowing we know our daytime self pretty good. How about our nighttime self? Getting to know our nighttime self, breathing into our nighttime self, and yeah, just seeing how it is. It might be very different than our daytime self, but it certainly, complements the daytime self. And yeah, you probably are different when it's completely dark or just candlelight. You might be more sensual. You might be not. You might be sleepier. You might be ready to sleep, right? And get all the electronics turned off, the lights turned off. Your body's like, ah. And then you can just slip into that darkness too. Just like California Poppy each night surrenders. She just surrenders and to the darkness, to the blackness, right? She just goes in deep because she knows that the sun will rise. So give yourself that permission to really, really rest. Give yourself permission to get to know yourself whenever you are in true dark. All right, so our final California Poppy card, and I've been working from right to left, going upward. So I do feel like we're moving our energy upward a little bit. Being playful. So here's some affirmations that I have so far. I am playful. I sprinkle joy wherever I go. I create with the enthusiasm of a beginner. That was from our first card. And so now I've got to think about what this owl brings to me, something about our dark self. I don't know. Gotta let the affirmations just roll out of me. That's the thing about creativity sometimes. It's like if you think too hard about something, it's become thinking. It's like not even creative anymore. Like creativity isn't even something you conjure up yourself, I don't think. For me, it's just something that flows out of me. So I try not to try too hard. I try not to try too hard. All right, so here's our last card. And then I will let the affirmations figure themselves out. Although these ones were just pretty much straight from the Herb Crafter's Tarot. The California Poppy. It is a perennial plant native to California and Oregon. Perennial plant. Interesting. But I'm wondering about Pennsylvania though, it has to die. It has to die here. It has to die. So I'm curious to see if it comes back. Its stems, which are 8 to 24 inches long with blue-green leaves. And they look cool. They're like coral. They remind me of coral for whatever reason. Because they're a different green. They're bluish green. They support soft, satiny petals, ranging in color from pale yellow to deep orange. Its blooms close on cloudy days and at night. So yeah, sometimes it's like they're closed and sometimes they're open. So now this deck with the fairy queen and the little flower fairies, this is a flower essence. So we can get a lot of good energetic medicine that doesn't need to be like as strong as a tincture from her. So the flower essence of California Poppy, our herb of the week, the flower remedy derived from the California Poppy carries within it the radiant heights of summer and the majesty of the sunlight, drawing the awakened sun force upward through the human heart. It sparks a luscious cup of gold within the soul. This magic elixir also expands one's vision to include the antics of the fairy people, helping human beings to unite with these kindred spirits of the Davic realm. So California Poppy can help us connect with fairies at 3:33 on my timer. Doesn't that sound fun? Don't you want to grow some California poppies now? Invite them into your garden space. These are the orangish California poppies. So sweet. So the Deva and the flower fairies are the archetype on this card. Global myths, folklore, and fairy tales ignite the imagination and spark inquiries of a mystical nature regarding the existence of gnomes, devas, fairies, brownies, angels, elves, and the like. These magical beings are the omnipresent agents of creative will, the engineers of nature. As such, they direct, build, weave, and sustain all natural forces, solar, planetary, and universal. They are the shining ones, or devas, self-luminous beings of iridescent light, color, and energy. So, California poppy can definitely take us into several different realms, right? We can be in the childlike, enthusiastic realm. We can be in the darkest part of ourselves, right? Our dark selves in the darkness, literal darkness. And California poppy can help us take us into the imaginative realm of our psyche, of the garden, that can help us connect with fairies. So here's the message from this final card for our hangout today. The fairy world. So this is our healing message. The fairy world, in its supreme purity, has come to greet you today. Perhaps you are being rewarded for having opened your heart to the wonders of the natural world. The little people wish to pay their respects and welcome you into their magical world. Rejoice. This is indeed an honor. The golden poppy fairy overlights you, offering you the treasure of warm and nurturing sunlight within. So how sweet is that? It's like, if we can get, into this space that like we literally are looking at things with new eyes, we're like the child, we're enthusiastic, we're sprinkling joy wherever we go, we can access this very fun energy from the fairies. But it's not even just fun. Like, it's because you respect the natural world. It's because you have opened your heart to the wonders of the natural world. And so the fairies are paying their respects to you. And they're saying, okay, you're allowed in here because you're one of us, right? So the little people wish to pay their respects and welcome you into their magical world. So rejoice, this is an honor. And here is the blessing from the fairies. Oh, fairy queen, your magical world dances in my sunlit soul. California poppy of vibrant rays, teach me the fairy ways. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our sweet herb of the week, California poppy, and I thank you and I dedicate them all to you. I am playful. I sprinkle joy wherever I go. I create with the enthusiasm of a beginner. I shine light during the day and embrace the dark at night. I open my heart to the wonders of the natural world. I believe in fairies. Let's say them again. I am playful. I sprinkle joy wherever I go. I create with the enthusiasm of a beginner. I shine light during the day and embrace the dark at night. I open my heart to the wonders of the natural world. I believe in fairies. And so it is. right, so there we have it. Oh my gosh, well, I'm definitely feeling like a spark of fun and playfulness, but I'm also feeling like I might want to take a nap. I guess that's California Poppy for you. It's like play hard, then sleep deep, right? So embrace the light during the day and really just get into that dark at night and allow yourself to have a daytime self and a nighttime self. Allow yourself, to just be how you need to be. But I think the big point is for me, it's like sprinkle joy wherever I go, shine our light, be playful, right? Believe in fairies, have fun. It's like this is your world and you can dream it up however you want it to, but just as long as we are keeping our hearts open to the natural world, sending our love to Gaia and all her little helpers, and all her plants and all her herbs. So anyways, I'm excited to hang out with you for another week here at Ho. And thank you so much, California Poppy.